Welcome back to the Cepheid Variable. This is your referee, Chris, and I hope you're having a great day, week, whenever you're listening to this, because it's probably better than the previous week that I experienced. Fun little story here. My oldest got pneumonia, and so not to be outdone, I just can't get pneumonia. I have to get bronchitis and pneumonia at the same time to really show him who's the man of the house, apparently. So between him getting pneumonia and then the next week myself getting pneumonia and bronchitis and then my younger son getting pneumonia, it's been a very fun cough-filled house, especially in this, lovely 80-plus degree weather we've had to be indoors. It's been lovely. So doing a lot better, though. Got my meds and everything's about out of my system. So let's get into thanking those fine folks at Patreon. They are Taylor, Drowrin, Miles, Randy, Yam, Colby, Thomas, Randy G, Laszlo, Hovo, H-O-V-O, Jeremy, Ben, Garth, Tyler, and Nelson. Thank you again for your continued support over there. We love it. And, if you want to join the Patreon, check out the show notes. Everything's there. I told you last week I would have an update for you hopefully soon about the kind of recording schedule, and I do have an update. Thankfully, Meescha's appointment is not getting moved, so she's going to be having an appointment on the 18th. Now, with our normal scheduling, our normal recording date's the first weekend of every month, just behind the scenes, and that's going to be the 4th of July. Not only will I be out of town, but it's the 4th of July. No one wants to record that day. So, to get a good buffer for Meescha's recovery, myself, Tyler, Jake, and a new voice to the network, shows, arrangements, whatever we want to call what we do here, are going to be bringing you, right now, looks like it's going to be some fantasy-tinged action. So, I'm just going to leave it there. You'll have to tune in and see what it's going to be, but we're going to have a little bit more of a foray into another system before we get back in the Traveler, just to make that long, just wait, just so much more ready. So that's all I got. I hope you guys like what happens in this episode, and we'll see you next week for some Down Darker Trails. What just happened? I feel like David just hit it.
I cannot tell the difference between we have 4 cats, and whenever one of them meows, I don't know which one it is, but Cody's like, shut up.
Because they all sound exactly the same.
Yeah, they sound exactly, and then Cody's like, shut up, Pie, shut up, Shro, shut up, like whatever one is yelling.
Real cat heads know that's not true. They all sound different.
Yeah,
I can't tell. I'd be a horrible mom.
And they feel different when you pet them, too.
I'm a horrible dad, but... so,
I can't tell you quick, boys apart.
I think it was last weekend.
Disappoint me.
We're hanging out, and we're cleaning house, and I look over, and there's a dead mole, and the cat had killed a mole and brought it into our house.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, hey guys, thank you. Like, I know you're offering this as a present, so thank you for doing it. And I pet the cats, I give them a treat.
That's
I'm like,
very good.
Appreciate you, boys.
Yeah,
we will no longer be hungry.
You didn't kill it, or you didn't eat it part of its body and leave a heart, like my parents' cat did. So I have to scoop up bunny hearts, throw them out there.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm like, cool. So I grab this little mole, I walk outside, and I scooped it up in the thing, and I didn't get far enough because I was in my underwear and I didn't want to go full outside of my underwear. So I just get on my deck and I just fling this bad boy out into the yard.
Yeah.
Go inside. Think nothing of it. I'm downstairs running a game for some friends, and my youngest son David comes down. He's like, hey Dad, there's another mole upstairs. I'm like, that's not possible. He wouldn't kill 2 moles. He's not that good.
Yeah.
No, he went and got the other mole.
Yeah.
And brought it back. I was like, no, motherfucker, this was for you.
Yeah, you idiot.
Asshole.
Stupid human.
So then I had to go, today or yesterday, I finally, it was on some of the steps. So I finally went out there and like officially picked it up with some gloves, like flung it over the fence. But I was just like,
oh
he
my
was-
gosh,
dickhead
dude.
cat.
Yeah.
I was like,
They're like,
it's like, no. So it just made me giggle.
that's amazing.
So
My parents' dog likes to. Well, when he was younger, he liked to kill squirrels and then bring him like the squirrel, body, and then
Yeah.
fling it around in his mouth. And I remember they were on vacation, and I was watching the dog, and he had like half a squirrel in his mouth, and he was doing that, and I was like, oh, LOL, like, and I took a picture and I sent it to my parents, and I was like, LOL, and they're like, cool, and then I just took the squirrel and I flung it over the fence. And then he comes back the next day, except it's like a brand new squirrel with a whole squirrel. So I know it's a different squirrel because it just can't grow another part of the squirrel. And then my parents are like, no, it's the same squirrel. I'm like, motherfucker.
Now it's just a chew toy.
No, it's just a two. Yeah, you can't just grow more squirrel.
yeah, no, that's very much, it's wild. It's animals. So we see you guys inside of this office. There's a gentleman who introduced himself as Anton Crakes. He's offered you some refreshments.
If he was played by an actor, who would he be?
This guy would probably be.
I thought we saw a picture of him.
You did
I
see a
think he
picture of him.
looks
Oh.
like Jake Johnson.
I
Jake
thought
Johnson.
it was
Yeah, from the New Girl.
someone else. Okay,
No.
all right.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he kind of, so there are security guards lining all of this area.
I would introduce myself. Say, all right, Mr. Craig's, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Mr. Cross.
Lieutenant Colonel Zander Cross, captain of the Cascade Andromeda.
I do the
It's
same
a
thing.
mouthful.
Many titles as I can get in there.
Yup.
And so, yeah, everybody, if you want to introduce yourself, you can. I don't know if Blex would introduce himself.
No, he would fall in line with the other security guards.
Yeah. He's just standing next to them, just like in the same pose.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
but he's like, I mean, he doesn't give a fuck about these guys.
Yeah.
He only I think he just flipped his switch with this katana, and he looks really intimidating. So he's gonna try to just mean mug them and keep an eye on
Did
them.
they let him keep his katana?
I think they did.
They never said he took it. So
I also kind of like, I don't know if it's like a full size katana or like it extends out or something like
it's
that.
it's
Full
a
size?
full. It's
Okay.
like a 5 foot.
Like Sephiroth, like two hand.
The handle's like this long.
I fucking love it. Absolutely. You're just like turning and knocking over shit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like tucked in his. And I think it's because he did watch Blade. And
Of course.
he thought that is so fucking cool. And so he just has it like in his leather trench coat.
Okay.
And it's like,
Damn.
Maybe they
don't
aren't.
make me have to use it.
Maybe they aren't too worried about that.
I don't. They shouldn't be. I mean, I can't use it.
Toots shakes their hand, and she's just like, Astrodomos Rodgers, yes, of the Rodgers, yes.
It's like, oh, that's
Yes.
impressive name. Good to know. Our benefactor will be very interested to meet you. So
Yeah, I'm interested in meeting me as well.
Wow.
and so you see a gentleman walks in a little later, like probably like maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, like after everything's through, and he comes walking through. He's like adjusting his collars. He's just like, Anton, thank you for assembling everybody. This is great to finally to meet the folks. All right, excellent. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Alistair. Pleasure to meet you. And he goes out to shake everybody's hands. He looks like, I'm going to butcher this guy's name, and I apologize, but he looks like David Dastmalcinian.
Oh, Dasmalkian?
Dastmalkian, thank you. He played, what's it, Dot Man or what? Polka Dot Man?
Polka Dot Man.
And Suicide Squad. He's also in Late Night with the Devil. Main character in that.
He's also in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, sure. Okay. We're just going to name his whole film career? Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah,
What else is he in?
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Damn it, he's good.
Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So he kind of looks like that, and he sits down, he goes and grabs a drink, and like takes a like, oh, it's good stuff. Thank you, Anton. Appreciate you having only the good stuff here. Excellent.
Prisoners.
So,
And I forget, do we know who this
is
guy
he-
is?
that
The
the
mayor?
movie?
Guy from Prisoners.
okay, there we go.
we do, we've heard rumors. The Humboldts were the family that had power here before
Yes.
the Dominion showed up. There are rumors that Alistair Humboldt had come back around.
Yes.
And he's in the background. like influencing the governor, the
Yes.
region, whoever.
Give me an Toots. Give me do you have admin?
I have a 0 in admin.
I have admin.
You actually have a 0 though.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can roll it.
All right, I think just
Just
Toots here because she
Toots.
would know what to look for.
Right,
Give me an admin roll.
Maybe add what? Social?
Add education.
Oh, education. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
It's gonna be a
5.
okay.
Oh, it's a 1.
Oh, it's a 1. Oh, and then I can add a 1, so 6. But
Yeah.
Okay. Since you are well connected as a Toots, you see that
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
he has a signet ring with a letter H with like in the middle of a sunburst that you realize is like a signet ring that families would wear. So you pick up on that.
Yeah.
And he kind of sits down. He's like, all right. Well, he's like, whew. He like sits down. It's like, busy day, am I right? You guys enjoying the sightseeing? We're going to make sure your letter gets sent out there, Mr. Coinbitter. That's a top priority for us to make sure that gets back to the Dominion.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, just
Of
checking in.
course. Made sure.
Yeah,
I
we're
personally
just-
made sure, got the call.
Yeah.
Make sure it's get delivered.
Yeah, a little bit of a detour, so I just we came up to stats. You know how they are.
Hey, and I put a good word in. Hopefully your guys' ship should be out of here in the next day or two. I called down there. I asked them, what's the holdup? We need to get these guys off world. They have things to do. We can't just tie them up.
Yeah,
you
we're
get it, you
looking
get
for
it.
a lost crew.
I heard that you're looking
Yeah.
for the Radiant Maiden, right?
Yeah. Hey, if you can
Yeah.
get connections to, you can help us out with the port.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help us out with, what was it, Director Gale? Does that take a week to see if the Radiant Maiden had ever been in port here?
Well, I could tell you that this is just between you and I, but the ship was here.
Oh,
really?
It was, and unfortunately,
Yeah, what happened?
well, we got a little pesky group of insurgents around here. They happen to have captured it and the crew, and they've been trying to hold them for ransom so that we'll pay money to get them
Oh, my
and
God.
release them so that they can use that money to continue to attack us and do their other dumb stuff. And I'm not going to pay for them to be able to use that money to attack us.
I mean, you don't negotiate with terrorists.
Absolutely.
That's
See,
just-
you
yeah,
get it.
That's like
This
normal
guy,
stuff. Yeah.
he is a natural born negotiator.
Oh, so much bullshit.
That's just,
oozing
I've never
out
heard
of
about
his
this though.
mouth.
Like, do you know what? Like, where are they from? What's with these insurgents? I mean, like,
There are some certain groups here that are angry with the changes that have been made to help bring our city and make them safer, and they don't like it. You know, old bodies, just like when on Earth they wanted to put license that you couldn't drink in a car. People got upset. No, but he's just like,
we're just trying to make everybody wear seatbelts, and they're getting mad about
yeah,
it.
they're
That
just
is fucking stupid. I will say that.
yeah.
Force.
Sorry, yeah.
Don't make me go into it, dude. If I fly out of a fucking windshield because I was too stupid to put on a fucking seatbelt, the chances of me taking somebody else's life as my body projectiles into them is so fucking slim.
Wait, is it not to protect the person wearing the
No,
seatbelt?
it's to sell fucking seatbelts in cars.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, why? I'm not allowed to jump off a fucking cliff and kill myself? The fuck do you care
I don't
about
think
it?
you are. Don't they call
No,
the cops
you're
on
not.
that?
Yeah,
What
you're not.
stance are you taking?
Okay,
That
I'm
is a tangent.
saying don't police me doing things that are going to only hurt me. That's
Hey, if
fucking
you fly
stupid.
out that windshield into the middle of the road, that could cause other cars to swerve around you, and that could cause more accidents.
That's what I just fucking said. The
Well,
statistical chance of me full projectiling and making it worse is like so slim. But you know, but I do. You know, I'm like, we shouldn't go boozing
Yeah,
in
yeah.
cars. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But let me fucking jump off a building.
I would love to have a gentleman's debate on that, but not here, obviously.
Gentleman's debate.
I'm learning that Jake is very anti-seatbelt.
Yeah.
I'm anti-tyrannical government, but we'll talk.
Okay. All right.
I think Toots just kind of like, you know, she has her glass of like iced whiskey on the rocks.
Okay.
And she's like turning it, but then in her other hand, she has her like her coin that she's you know, flipping in her fingers, and she's just like, Alistair, what was his last name again?
Humboldt.
Humboldt.
Well, he didn't give you a last name. They were just told Alice.
Oh,
But
okay.
you know.
But would I know from the sigil on her
You would
ring?
know, yeah.
So she's kind of like, you know, looking out the window, like, the city, you know, kind of like.
This city.
I've been to one.
Yeah.
She kind of like flicks her glass, and
I
she's
am
just
normal.
like,
I've been in society before.
she's like, what's a Humboldt doing in a outskirt backwater piece of shit like this?
I think it's their planet.
Yeah, it's their planet.
It's
You would know
their
that.
planet? Oh,
Yeah.
I would know that.
Yeah.
So he's like,
So she doesn't say that. And then instead, she says,
She thinks that
Yeah,
in her
yeah.
head as a monologue, and then out loud.
or what brings you back, or something like that, right? Because they were.
Yeah.
But would she know of like the history of
Yeah,
the
I
Humboldts?
I heard you Hicks were kicked on out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah, they basically they had issues with the Dominion taking over, so they pushed back, and the Dominion's like, no, fuck you. Like
Yeah,
this,
fuck you.
you're getting. This planet has chosen to be incorporated, so like,
Okay.
shoo, fly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
now they've seemed to weasel their way back into whatever thing is. That's kind of the vibe you're getting.
Okay, so she probably flicker glass and then just be like decided to be a cooperative little Dominion asset. See.
I mean, if you can't beat them, join them, right? That's kind of the mantra of things around here, which is kind of why I have a proposition for you. So that's a little foreshadowing for those who are catching on. I would like your help.
Is it foreshadowing if you say it's foreshadowing?
I mean, you can't.
It is, yes,
It's
it
alluding
still is.
to
It's
it.
alluding.
Yeah,
It's still,
yeah, yeah.
just want to make sure we're all on the same page when we're saying things.
Yes.
I have a, well, you're new here, and you're not a established face of sorts. You'll be here for a couple days more, maybe one or two. Like I said, I'm working on that. Miss Gale to pull that up, but maybe you don't need her anymore to figure it out because I told you where it's at.
Yeah.
But how about if you want to take a look into this crew, you want to figure out what's going on there, maybe talk to these insurgents, I might be able to give you a little bit of credits to help grease that old wheel in that direction.
Brad,
Huh.
Now, I'm willing to offer you guys 20,000 credits to get me some information where this crew is, where this our insurgency is located, where the crew is, where the ship is. If you guys can
where would
get
we
me
start with that?
Well, I think where you guys are staying at, I think Denise is an asset. You might be able to coax it out of her.
No, what?
I know.
It's that shocked cartoon Kirk meme.
Toots is kind of like, well, don't you have men to do specifically this job for you? I mean, is this so under the radar that you have to persuade us to do it for you?
It is, because you see, my guys, they're not going to talk to cops.
So,
But you're not cops.
No.
You're just travelers rolling through, asking questions. Hey, any cool local sightseeing places I might be able to go find a ship that went missing? Or hey, any local insurgencies around here need some members? It's a lot of avenues for people like you to get into something like this.
Yeah.
And so that is my offer. I would love to make this deal with you.
Let's say this. If you do it for 30,000, 15 now, 15 when we get the information for you, then I think we can make something happen.
Give me a broker check.
Okay. I'm not a broker.
Yeah,
Damn
you
it.
Shouldn't have said shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be intelligence.
I'm not that smart. But
Whisper your ideas to me next time.
okay.
We've been rolling like shit like today.
4.
Yeah.
A 4.
Damn shit.
Not the worst that I could have rolled.
He's like, I know you are Rodgers. I know that that's a lot, but that's a lot to ask when I've never done business with you. Now, maybe next time.
It is weird to
It
ask
is. It's
us
a weird.
this.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of that, and it's
Yeah.
weird to offer you even more money to do it when we don't have any sort of connection. Now, maybe if we successfully do this, maybe the next mission or anything I'll ask you. Definitely, I like that idea. But right now, I think 20,000 is a really good opening opportunity for you guys. And I think that's about the limit of which I'm willing to entertain having you guys help us out here.
No, yeah, I think that's.
Now, obviously, I can send forces. We could raise hell, but we don't want to do that. We're not here to destroy lives. We just need to figure out why these pesky insurgents are doing what they're doing. And I think we have a really good avenue with you folks being here.
Interesting.
No, yeah. Honestly, this is. I mean, hey, if I can make an extra couple creds while I wait for my ship.
We're trying to find this crew too, so it might work out.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
win-win. Everybody's gonna walk away here
Exactly.
happy.
Now, I just gotta say, like, no promises. Obviously, it sounds like we don't really have any leads, so we're gonna be. We'll look. Obviously, we're gonna try to make this work. But if our ship gets ready, by the time, sort of like we have 3 more days. If we can't find anything that time, we might just head on our way. But I mean, again, we'll reevaluate at that time. If we have some good leads in 3 days, we might stick around a little bit longer just to get, see if we can claim that bounty there. But yeah, we'll see where we go from there.
Chris, I'd like to say you make really good bad guys.
It's true, actually. Yeah.
Thank
you
you.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, that's all I can ask you to do is help out, and if you don't, then it's going to be what it's going to be. But I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Seems like we're making a deal here. Am I correct in that assumption?
I don't say there's no loss for us, really.
Yes.
I mean, if we see it, we see it. We got nothing else to do.
We'll find
here.
out what we can.
Excellent.
Honestly,
excellent.
we've been driving around just killing time. Like we're seeing some sites. Like
absolutely. Now those sites just deal with the insurgency. It's a win-win. You're already doing what you're doing. Perfect.
So, I forgot
now,
to...
just so we're clear, you're not getting the money until I have the information. So there is no upfront.
That's fine. Yeah.
Credits here. But once you do have that, and we can follow up, we can verify it, then by all means, them credits are yours. You're blasting off into space and doing whatever it is your team does. I'm not 100% sure what you do.
We may need another pilot. We need to get the ship back to the Dominion.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Of course. Yeah. I mean, we have one of our pilots. We could probably send one of our guys here as long as there's a ship that can bring him back. I'm sure we could arrange that. Not a problem at all.
Cool.
Great.
Perfect.
Figure it out.
We can
All right.
send him back for 20,000 credits.
Yeah.
Chris, he didn't... And when he introduced himself, he didn't give himself any official titles or anything.
No, he sure didn't. He just... all they said with this is Alistair, and he came in guns a-blazing, putting the charm on.
Yeah.
I guess and we've hit some impediments, getting access to the ship, the hangars. If we're going to investigate this, I would like to. Would it be possible for you to grease the wheels ahead of time in terms of getting us access to where we need to get access?
Why would you need access to the ship hangars? The ship's not there.
Well, what
I
I'm
told
asking,
you that the insurgency took the ship. I mean, there's no reason for you to get into the hangars. That
I wish I could humint you so
sense.
bad.
Well, so I'm.
But what do you need in there?
So just hear me out. It's not specifically my ship, right? I'm not. Why would they be in my ship? That doesn't make sense. What I'm saying is, we've hit. You have a good. It sounds like you got a good structure around this city in terms of you got good guards. Really keeping the order, but that we've hit that barrier just because we're outsiders, right? So the good policing that you've been doing, we've hit that. And so if we're going to be investigating, and we might need access to not our hangar, but what about the rest of that facility? We might be, what if do you know that none of your employees are infiltrated at all by this insurgency, right? I would question that a little bit. So that would be, if we're investigating, because we're, you asked about our crew, we do odd jobs. So we are going to be, we're good at doing this kind of thing. About investigating people, digging around. We get our hands dirty. So I'm just saying, that's what I was trying to grease the wheels a little bit, because we're not going to be able to investigate if we don't have access to some facilities. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it depends on, facility to facility basis. I'm not gonna.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you into the manor house or anything like that.
Just saying, good faith. In terms of we were let nowhere before. So if there's some places we can, if you can just tell the guards hey, they're cool a little bit, right? Don't get all hawkish on them. That's all I'm asking for.
How about this? How about we come to this agreement? You get me a piece of information, and then I'll look at opening things up for you. But until I know that you got some lead, then we'll go that route. If you have probable cause to believe that one of my guys is doing something, by all means, we'll open it up. But for now,
understood.
No offense, but the reason that we have such a tight ship around here is we don't let strangers into a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And so kind of letting you into those things would kind of go against us having that tight ship.
That's fair.
But I appreciate it. No, I think you have a valid concern. Maybe there are some people on the inside, and we need to figure that out. But
cool.
I really want to go into the manor house now.
So this is all before dinner.
It's kind of during dinner. Okay. He comes out, and then maybe now they're starting to bring out food to you guys if you want to eat. Entire time there are security guards in there, and so he might be tell me about yourselves. So give me a little bit of the history of your crew. How did you guys come all the way?
Well,
here?
We're a pretty tight knit crew. I would be friendly with them. Let them know I'd spent a couple years in the Marines. Eventually, realized it was time to retire.
Oh,
a quiet job out at a research facility, which the name of I cannot remember right now.
That's a weird name for a research facility.
What was the space station called?
I think it was the Orcellium.
The Orcellium.
Yes.
Yeah, I tell him a little bit about the Orcellium. We ran into some trouble, and
Okay.
well, right now we're just finishing out the rest of our contract with the Dominion.
Perfect. I love it. No, it seems like, yeah, you guys really do get into quite a lot of little things here and there. Excellent. All right. Well, hey, looks like we got ourselves a good little thing going here.
We'll do what we can to help out.
That's all. Hey, that's all I can ask. That's the only thing I can ask of you. 4 random people who've never met me.
Yeah.
I mean, you approached us. Which
I did, because, you know, I saw something in you. I knew you were new.
Yeah, I
I heard
appreciate
you guys were asking about the ship, and I said, hey, I know something potentially about this ship, and if you guys are looking for that ship, well, we can just peanut butter and jelly that together.
Love it.
And we can just become a sandwich and work on that goal together.
Love it.
And so here we are, having our sandwiches, making our goals, making you 20,000 credits richer.
Right.
I mean, that's
I like
a win-win
that.
for everybody.
Chris
So,
is a good noble. I need to take more notes.
Yeah.
so, and yeah, so the entire time he like looks at, he's like, Anton, let's make sure, you know, let's get all the details we can on the insurgency. You want to get him a file? And he's just like, I already got it, sir. And he like puffs it down. It's like, that's why I paid this guy. He is great. Oh, Anton, if I could give you a raise, I would. But unfortunately, we're not at that point yet. And so he,
It's not in the budget.
But
Yeah.
business is booming.
Right.
Right.
Well, it's about to be once we get rid of this little insurgency problem.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Maybe I'll hire you guys to take his place if you could do a better job.
Anybody have carouse?
I do, yeah. I have one.
Because, I mean, we know he's lying to us.
Yeah, I have carouse as well.
We know...
We don't know that.
Well, I guess realistically, the insurgency could be using Yusuf
That's what,
as a...
Yeah.
That was
As a
brought
lie.
up by, I almost said Astartes, by Toots, and it is a valid concern that Yusuf could be lying.
Yeah.
And so that's why I just looked up, like, carouse would be to see the deception.
Oh, is that actually it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's human?
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought that might
was
have
like...
been investigate or something.
No,
Oh.
carouse, it's carousing is the art of socializing, having fun, but also ensuring other people have fun and infectious good humor. It also covers social awareness and subterfuge in such situations.
Oh, I missed
What's
that part.
what's the how many 1D minutes does it take or whatever? Does it have
Gathering rumors at a party is an example. It's an average 8+ carouse check, 1d6 hours.
Okay.
Social. So, I mean, over the course of dinner,
Yeah.
if one of you guys has carouse, maybe
Yeah.
get a sense of where he's lying.
Right. And you're talking about, because I was suspecting, I mean, I wanted to know what this guy knew. So were we talking about Yusuf, though?
No, I'm talking about Alistair.
Yeah, okay.
We know he's lying, but we got to figure out
Yeah.
how, we got to see my out of character and also just kind of in character.
Yeah,
is
I'm
I
sure
assume
is.
he's lying.
Yeah.
So
But we haven't done a real
yeah,
check on it.
that is what I wanted to check on. Is basically part of one of so among other than what Tyler just said, I also wanted to find like how be observing his mannerisms, Alistair's mannerisms, to see if it felt like he knew that we've already talked to the insert.
See, that's another thing we could. Yeah.
Yes, like I want to know if he already knows.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm gonna be looking to find out with Corral.
Okay.
If that's cool.
Sure, go for it.
You've been rolling a lot better than me.
I mean, not really. Whoa, I fell out, and that was oh my god. Can I hear a point? All right, well.
Hyperbolic again.
Okay, it's gonna be close-ish. Oh, not really. Yeah, that's a 7.
Okay. Yeah, if he is lying to you, he's a very good
Oh wait,
bull.
can I use like int or education on that, or is that purely social?
Social.
Okay.
Yeah.
7 it is.
Yeah, he is whatever he is like feeding you, he is you have no reason to doubt him.
Okay.
But you obviously
At least
you
like his mannerisms.
yeah, like he's not cracking. There's nothing here. Like everything he's saying to you, he believes it, and they're like he is full on like
Yeah.
in this mode.
Can I try it?
Go for it.
All right. I'm going to try and expect
I
to
mean,
fail.
shit, I might as well try even at a negative. I can always roll 12.
Okay, I got a 10.
Well, 11 because it's
Oh,
social.
11.
This does kind of feel like Cody failed.
Only
I think
6.
I'm going to try.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we're all
yeah.
talking
It's
to
really
him.
Well, I
coming
mean,
down
just
to,
because they're
like,
rolling doesn't mean it's going to work.
Yeah.
That's true.
we just need to be honest about what would our character have done
Yeah.
in a vacuum, and I know mine would have, but
Mine senses bullshit
yeah,
a
no,
mile away, but
I assume he's lying, so I'm trying to like get his
yeah.
angle.
I mean, he's a shifty politician.
I got an 11.
11.
11.
Okay. What'd you roll, Tyler?
6.
Yeah.
9 on the die, but -3.
None of you, whatever he is feeding you, he is like rock solid in it. There's no any like no breaks in that armor.
He's got 5 in
He is
persuade.
100% just feeding you, and he is like you can't see through like the lies.
He's
I
hardcore.
wanted more than that.
so
I know you did.
He's a
But
politician through and through.
there's a little opposed roll going on here.
Yeah.
He's very good at what he does.
You can take your opposed
And you
roll.
know what? There's always the
and
chance he
shove
really
it.
is telling the truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's,
Like,
I mean, that's what we
Or
believe.
he
we are
believes that
metagaming
he's
the
like-
fuck out of this, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
yeah, so
I
he's just
believe.
and this is over like the course of like 1d we'll say 3 hours is kind of
Okay.
how this whole process goes of him just kind of feeding you, talking to you guys, like food's being brought in. So yeah, he's just kind of he is a very likable guy. Whether or not you believe him or not, he definitely has that charm.
Knows how to entertain. He's.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He probably gives you like a background on the city and all these
I mean,
things.
I
and,
yeah,
like,
I
goes
would
through
ask a lot of that.
yeah, all that stuff that you guys kind of already knew. He's just like reinforcing that, but probably more through his lens of like, well, we were a lot better off back in the day, but then the Dominion came in, so now
we need
the
to make
goal.
Bruford great again.
Right now, we're getting Bufort back up to the greatness it was.
That's really genuinely what it feels like. Is like I'm sure this guy fully believes that like the insurgents are the bad guy. He is the good guy. Everything that he's doing is for the betterment of the colony.
right, exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, so he's just kind of like, all right, well, I've taken up enough of your time now. You guys feel free. Get out to whatever you gotta do, and just let me know once you guys have a little bit of information. Now, you're more than welcome to talk to Director Anton here. He can be your kind of point man if you want. Anton, you wanna give him your card? And you see him kind of walk up and give you guys his card. He's like, feel free to contact me anytime you get any information. I'll make sure that I get it up the chain.
Anton's really into cards.
Yeah, they are.
Hands people cards for every situation.
I don't think this is the same guy that pulled us over.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not. It's just one of the lackeys.
They're just really into cards in this establishment.
They take after Japanese. They're very important. Business cards are very important.
They hand it
Yes,
over.
exactly. It's like crisp. They
Like,
have
look
like
at you, just like, why didn't you look at that? I gave you something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Read it.
Put in your wallet using both hands and admire it. The
Yeah.
font, the weight of paper that I use, the embossing.
Oh my god.
So we see you guys.
Yeah, have a decent time at dinner.
Yeah, I mean it's a good dinner. Like it is everything's like perfectly cooked. Like succulent steaks or whatever you order, seafood. It is right by the seaport, so and he probably tell you a little bit about the locusts and making sure that you stay within the city confines. Don't be out there because these things they'll rip you apart. They will tear you to shreds. So all we'll find is some bones, kind of thing. And so, yeah, you guys are escorted back to your limo. They hand you back your gun there, Jedt.
Cool.
And they look at you, Blex, like, appreciate you not using that in there.
Appreciate you guys keeping it tame. Would have been a shame if I had.
Yeah.
He has a sweet katana skills.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even see it coming.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just imagine you drawing it and, like, getting it caught somewhere, too.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's so long.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he is way more dangerous to himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he actually is dangerous with that thing, only because it's like he's not being careful.
Yeah, exactly.
He's seen a movie. He's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all that matters. So we see you guys get back into the limousine. You are taken back to Denise's and let out. And she's kind of in there, like, in the living room, kind of like waiting up for you guys like a worried parent by the time you get back. And she would just be like, oh, how did it go? What happened?
An interesting dinner. I turned to the rest of them like, so, I don't know about the rest of you. I think he's full of shit, but I can't tell how.
I think
He doesn't, he seems,
we're not having this conversation in front of her, are we?
I would.
I think we should talk about it away from them.
If you want, we could go in a private room.
Like on the way
I don't
back or something.
Yeah, you're welcome
I
to do
wouldn't
that.
want to talk
Yeah.
on the way back just because it's their limo.
Not in like their
Yeah.
car.
Oh,
So
no,
maybe
no,
they
no,
drop
no,
you
no,
off and
no.
like you guys talk outside
Yes,
while
yes,
they
yes.
pull away.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Understood.
So restart that. Smash cut outside of Denise's.
Yeah.
You four on the street.
Like, so
Go.
Yeah.
I think he's full of shit, but I can't tell.
Yeah.
He seems on the level, but I mean, like I said, we saw security rough people up.
Yeah, everything we've
We talked to
seen up
Yusuf.
until now has been to the contrary, but he seems like he's actually has the best interest in mind.
He's a good noble. Noble is good.
Although,
He's
did you
a-
notice he didn't give us a title? So that does line up with story we've heard that he's back in the back seat of power.
Right.
He's guiding things from the shadows, basically.
I do think it would be a good idea to just grill Yusuf and Kyath and Orion a little bit harder.
Yeah, the only thing
I
I'm
love
worried
Blex.
about is, well, I can't tell. I can't get a read on him. It could be if we go there tomorrow, they're just going to follow us there, assuming we've already made contact.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Exactly.
I mean, the best thing might be to just let the insurgents do what they're going to do.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
I
guess
think
do we tell Denise about this offer?
I trust the insurgents more than I trust him. I
Me
don't
too.
know if I would let them know that they're. I'm sure they know that they're being watched, but I don't know if I'd let them know that we were asked to watch them.
Yeah, I think that's something that they're gonna. They're gonna ask you how it went, so you're gonna want to have a solid game plan of, and maybe that's the truth, or maybe it's not.
Well, and maybe
But-
we just simply let them know that. Like, we don't need to go too in detail. Just like, look, they offered us money to give them info on you.
Yeah.
Right. I
And
think
we
I'd
haven't
rather do that. Yeah. That way, like, there's no lying involved.
Yeah, it probably serves us better to just be honest.
Exactly.
Because let's be real, like we have seen that how the security forces are acting is not how the Prime Dominion would be operating this place.
Yes.
We have also seen that the insurgents have more to gain, i.e., freedom, than the government, than Alistair, because the only thing he's fighting for is basically to
Power.
be in power.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I would be way more inclined to help the insurgents.
I think that's exactly where Xander's leaning also. Still with that, but after talking to Alistair and seeing no crack in that armor, it may just be like, maybe we just let what happens happen.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, we don't get any more involved than we have to. But we
Yeah.
do need to figure out what's going on with Yusuf, if he's lying or not.
I agree.
Because that's why we're here.
Okay.
All right.
I like that. Yeah.
We just got to be real careful about going to the mine tomorrow.
You want to go tonight, where they might not be tracking you?
Night
Well,
mission.
maybe.
Night
Well, either
mission.
way,
There are
if
beds
we-
there. You could stay
if
there.
we decide that we
Yeah.
want to at least be honest, we could tell Denise, like, hey, they offered us money to give them info on the insurgents, and guess
Captain
what? They
Boys.
dropped your name as a good
Totally,
spot.
yeah.
So, fair warning, you're
Yeah.
being watched.
Yeah. Be careful.
Do you tell her that?
I would, yeah.
Okay, so we can cut inside as you're kind of filling her. Like, you tell her whatever you guys are comfortable telling her about the meeting. Whether it's we met, they offered us, and they know you. Essentially, like that's the
Yeah.
whole point. She's like, I know they're watching me. I'm fully aware of that, unfortunately. But I think it's because I offered to help the crew of the Crystal Maiden too. So they
Radiant Maiden?
Radiant Maiden. Crystal Maiden is a character from Dota 2. And awesome, by the way.
It's a pretty good ship name.
It is good. And so she's like, yeah, I'm assuming it's because the Radiant Maiden came here too, and they were maybe afraid that they said something to me. I'm not 100% sure why. I'm on their backside, or their bad side. Their backside too, I'm on it because they're bad, and I'm trying to ride it.
So, a quick minor retcon while we're talking outside. As a group, would we want to tell her the story that Alistair told us? Like, hey, he says the insurgents have the crew and are holding them ransom. Like, do we want to go give her all that info as well, or do we want to try to pretend that they don't know anything and they didn't tell us anything crazy? I guess
maybe
I
I'll
guess
keep
you know,
that one secret because we want to interrogate Yusuf a bit.
Okay,
Oh,
so that's
true.
kind of the
Yeah,
reason.
good point.
That's kind of why I was on the fence
Yeah.
of whether we tell her or not. So if we don't tell her
Yes.
that they told us that
And
story,
we can tell her that later if we feel confident.
Sure.
about it, but-
yeah,
Cool.
Okay,
All
just
right.
making sure we sort that out.
No, that's a very good point. So, yeah, and I think she would probably anything that if you just ask her and say she's being watched, she's like, I'm aware I'm being watched. Trust me, it's something I got to live with. That's why I try to take the different routes when we go. I try to be
Smart.
careful getting out there. So, but yeah, whatever's going to happen is going to go down tomorrow. I don't know if you guys want to head out there tonight and talk with them, or you want to do it in the morning. You guys tell me. I'll help get you out there.
I'm down to go out there tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
what time of night is it? Is it like late?
I will say they probably picked you up at like 5.
Okay, so
And
it's,
so, like 3 hours would be 8, so maybe it's like 9.
I would be down to go tonight
nine-ish.
as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Meescha would be getting ready for bed. Toots would be ready to go.
Yeah, Chris would already be in bed.
Yeah.
But that's not true. It'd be 10. So, especially, it depends on the day.
Don't you get up at like 4?
I do get up at 4, yeah.
You sleep 6 hours a night?
I usually go to bed about 8, about
Or,
9,
no, like-
9:30.
Okay.
Weekends, I'll wake up. I usually get like 7 hours of sleep. But yeah, I probably average between 6 and 6.5 hours of sleep a night.
I don't know how you do it, man.
I don't know either, but I'm going. Just like a robot. Just get into her car. Drive. Again, different route. Getting you out there. Doesn't look like anybody's following you. You don't see any suspicious cars. No cars pulling behind you guys, that kind of thing. I'm assuming you're probably more on the lookout for that now.
Yeah, I definitely on the lookout.
But maybe now that they feel like they have you on our side, they're going to lay off surveillance. You don't know. There's a lot of questions
really
there.
no idea.
You get to the old mines, travel down through, get to kind of the barracks. Kiat kind of looks at you all. It's like, oh, how'd it go? What was the meeting? Who you met? Anton, I'm assuming. Anybody else was there?
Yeah. Alistair. A man named Alistair who seemed to be, he really presented himself as he's the real one in charge, it seems.
Yeah,
I'm assuming this is Alistair Humboldt.
You would be correct. He's back. He's the one. All of this is because of him.
And he's back again. Alistair's back.
Tell your friends.
He also presented us an interesting offer.
Oh, yes.
20,000 credits to give him any info on you.
He's like, okay. Where do we
Spending?
stand on that? And you see him just kind of like
Yeah.
go into his side where his blade is.
We wouldn't be
I
here.
know, yeah.
We wouldn't be here telling you that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
we're obviously disregarding that.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here telling exactly. We
Or
wouldn't
you'd
here.
be too stupid to.
yeah.
I don't really have much advice other than you better be sure about your plans. You better be sure they're going to work.
They're going to work. We believe in the power of friendship.
Oh, wow. Got totally anime up in there.
Just,
Boop, boop.
Yeah, exactly.
just Yu-Gi-Oh! That.
Do you guys have any ships of any kind? Or is it just a group of people?
Yeah,
Vehicles and any vehicles, anything at all?
we have some vehicles, yeah.
Okay.
We can borrow some vehicles from around town. We don't keep them down here in the mine because that'd be pretty suspicious seeing a convoy.
You have any pilots, so we
True.
don't have to use Humboldt's pilot, so we don't have to rely on him in any way. Or
I was like, yeah, I think we got one.
we got a pilot.
And he just kind of turns around and it's like, hey, Jimmy! Get up here, Jimmy! No, it's joking. But yeah, there's definitely, he's like, yeah, we got some ex people in here that can fly if we need to.
Jimothy.
Jimothy. Jim Tim.
No. Maybe we would have talked about this before, but we could attempt to throw off the security forces by giving them info, telling them they're in one spot. When they go investigate, that's when they can go do their operation.
That's a
Yeah,
good point.
true.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
Misdirection.
We could also say that we could like give them some sort of plan that's complete opposite of what they're actually going to do.
Exactly, like just misinformation.
Yeah, that is a good call, actually.
That's a good call, yeah.
So the more we know about exactly these insurgents' plans, I guess Xander would bring that up. Like,
We can just
we
take
have
the
the-
night to like
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
through the whole
Yeah, I think
plan.
that's
so
fine,
we,
yeah.
So we have the option now of presenting Alistair and Crakes a false plan.
I think we do that.
Then when they go to investigate, that's when you can launch your real operation.
I think that's perfect. I think that's a great idea.
Is Yusuf in the room right now?
Yeah, he'd be there. Yeah.
Is Yusuf in the room with us?
Yeah. Are we?
guys,
What were
I'm
we
over here.
suspecting him of again?
Well, so Alistair claims that the insurgents kidnapped the crew and are holding them ransom.
Right.
So, she brought up the idea, what if Yusuf is lying? He flipped on it. So what the possibility is, Yusuf is a traitor to the crew. They actually do have the crew hidden somewhere else,
Right.
and Yusuf is just lying to us.
So he's a
That's
yeah.
theoretical.
That's a theory. Yeah.
I don't think that's what's happening, but that's a
Right.
possibility
That is
if Alistair is actually telling the truth.
It's true.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think about like how we could
Interrogation.
like, press him for that.
Smash cut. He's strapped to a chair.
Yeah.
It's that James Bond thing where we're whipping his nuts.
Oh,
out of the chair.
God, that was such a bad. Oh,
Let's scratch his balls.
God damn that scene.
Oh, God, yeah.
We could also use the Coinbitter technique of saying, like, look, we even found you a stash of guns or vehicles or something. And be like, go get those. And once they got them, they're like, yeah, these guys are they're actually helping us. They're on the up and up.
Right.
That's just like a fake pile of assets that the insurgents can actually afford to lose.
I mean, that's not the
Right.
worst idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty good.
But if they were going to do their operation the next day anyways,
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's true. Sounds like you guys got a lot of things to think about.
We do.
On next episode.
Come up and plan by next session.
Slurpee whistle.
I remember we learned about that in foreign business class.
Yeah.
It was
That's
pretty-
a very specific class.
It was a cool class. The
Yeah.
guy who taught it, he used to run a factory in Germany.
Oh wow.
And that's when I learned that the American way of doing business is fucking garbage.
yeah.
He's like, oh yeah,
Pretty much.
Germany, we have like all of December off. Like we just do everything up until that point, and then we
Mhm.
take a month off, and like
Yeah.
that way people can go do stuff with their families. I'm like,
Yeah.
you mean you don't slave away for 60 hours? Like, yeah, it was cool.
Usually
It's like
in-
illegal to work overtime essentially.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
places.
my mom worked in like an international part of her company, and in August, all of like Europe took
Yeah.
off basically. So she just didn't have anything to do in August,
Yeah.
basically, because
Wow.
no one was sending emails. Everyone was just out of office.
And then he also talked about how, like China, obviously it being a communist country, everyone has to have a job.
Mhm.
So they would basically take every break point and a job that they could put somebody into, and they would give them a job. So like if you go to the store, and I don't know how true this is now. They maybe have, I don't, but this is like, 10 years ago when I was in college. They would give you a, like you would go to the store, you buy your groceries, you would pay somebody, they would give you the receipt, you'd go to the next person, you would give them the receipt, and then they'd give you the change. So instead of having one person do it,
What
they would
the
have
hell?
they would break it up into two parts so that
Whoa.
that way everybody has a job, because that's the thing under
Holy
communism,
shit,
right?
That's crazy.
Everybody has to be part of it. So
Interesting.
yeah, it was an interesting concept, good or bad. It was just a cool thing to learn.
Wow,
So.
that's wild.